Hi, my name's Helen. I'm the head surf instructor here at Pura Vida Adventures, and this video is all about the Holy Grail of surfing, the pop-up. The pop-up is the foundation of good surfing. How you take off into a wave is going to dictate the tone of that entire wave. So my point is that it's worth putting in some time, some effort, some mental thought and trying to get a good pop-up. Now there are lots of different styles and techniques of popping up, lots of different ways of doing it, and it's all about finding the right pop-up for your body type and your level of fitness. In this video I'm going to show you the two main styles of pop-up that we generally use here at Surf Camp. The first one is called the Australian pop-up and the second one is called the jump-up pop-up. Now if you're a complete beginner at surfing, you're going to want to know if you're a goofy foot surfer or if you're a regular foot surfer. I am a goofy foot surfer, so that means I surf with my right foot out in front. You might be in the regular footed club though, and you might have your left foot out in front. When you practice this on dry land, it usually becomes apparent if you're regular or if you're goofy, because one way will feel a lot more natural. If it's not very obvious though, what I want you to do is put on a pair of tights, slide across your kitchen floor, and the foot that you have out in front, that foot will be the same foot that you have out in front on your surfboard as well. So let's get into the Australian pop-up first of all. And I like this style of pop-up because I think it's a really probably the easiest way of getting up onto your surfboard when you're a beginner. So you're gonna hop onto your surfboard. Always do that in a nice active sort of way. You don't want to be like an old grandma climbing up into bed. You want to sort of hop on and get really nice and centered on your surfboard. Have a nice active and engaged body. So that means legs together. You're going to arch your back slightly, engage your core, imagine you're holding in a fart with your butt, and have a really good heads up as well. Now the first step in your popping up, by the way, I'm kind of simplifying this a little bit because I'm imagining that I've already paddled and I've caught the wave. I'll do it a little bit slowly first of all as well. So step one is always look up. Keep your chin parallel with the surfboard. Never ever see your surfboard when you're popping up onto it. If it's not there beneath you, you will know about it without having to look down at it, okay? And then step two is you're going to bring your hands into the chicken wings. So you're going to bring your hands sort of back by your ribs here. Don't have your hands in front of you. You'll have very little leverage to lift your body there. Don't grab the rails. The rails are very wibbly wobbly and you're likely to wobble off. So hands back by the ribs near the chest. Almost it's like underwired bra with your thumbs. Press the elbows back, roll the shoulders back as well, and tuck your toes under at the back, and that will give you a little bit of extra spring as well. And then from here, step three, you're going to start straightening up your arms. It's almost like you're trying to come into a really rubbish push-up. This is a push-up, but we don't want that. We want the pelvis to be a little bit lower than that. And then at the same time that you start straightening up your arms, you're going to take a small step with your back foot. I'm a goofy footed surfer, so I've got that left foot on first. Notice it's going across the length of the board. Keep the weight in the hands. And then a big step with your front foot, trying to bring your front foot in between your hands. Pause in your surfer's crouch. And then slowly standing up, coming into your surfing stance, activate that front arm out in front of you. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get both feet to land on the stringer. The stringer is the name of this line that runs down the center of the board. I want half of each feet on one side and half to be on the other side. Now surfing is a side-on stance. Surfers, we're like crabs. In order to move forward, we have to be side-on. So as a goofy footer, my feet, my toes need to be pointing to the left. If you're a regular footer, your toes are going to be pointing out to the right. You want your back foot at 90 degrees. Front foot can be anything between 90 degrees across the board or about 45 degrees like that. So let me show you that one again. So it was step one was a good heads up. Step two was your chicken wings. So this is always your transition. Whatever style of pop-up you're doing, you're always going to have chicken wings. Is going to be that middle step between lying down and standing up. and then straightening up the arms, lifting the pelvis slightly, back foot, and then really twist as you're bringing that front foot in between the hands. It's a 90-degree twist with your body, and women, we tend to be much better at this than men. We're much more flexible in our hips, so let's try to capitalize on that. I try to think about my front knee almost wants to kiss that opposite arm, or my front big toe is trying to connect with the index finger of the opposite hand. Always stand up slowly. I like to imagine there's a glass of champagne on my head at this point. It's filled to the brim. As I stand up, I don't want to lose any of the champagne, and that's going to keep my head really nice and still. So that's the Australian pop-up, and it's a really good way of getting up on the board early on in your surfing career and getting good rides and having lots of fun. And what we often find at surf camp is that because it's such an immersive experience, students, they'll often start with that Australian pop-up, but then by about day 3, 4 or 5, they're starting to feel stronger and more confident, and then they start to transition to the jump-up pop-up. So the jump-up pop-up, it's really similar to the Australian pop-up, just that instead of that back foot, front foot in the jump-up, both feet land boom at the same time on the board. So this is what it looks like. So again, nice and centered on my surfboard. Step 1, heads up. Step 2, my chicken wings. And then as I'm straightening up my arms, I'm going to swing my feet underneath my torso. Pause in my surface crouch, and then slowly standing up. So it just requires a little bit more strength from the upper body, from the core, and you have to sort of really pull that front knee into the chest. So I'll show you that one more time. Okay, heads up, chicken wings, and jump. Pause in my surface crouch, standing up and surfing the wave. It's a really good idea to practice this pop-up lots of times on dry land, and this is one of the beauties of learning the pop-up. You don't even need to live near the ocean. You could be in Kansas, and if you're doing this 10 times a day on your bedroom floor or at the gym, wherever, then you're going to get a really good pop-up. And when you do get to the ocean, you're really going to hit the ground running. And this has just been a really short introduction to the pop-up. If you want to find out more about the surf and yoga retreats here in Costa Rica, then check out the website, puravidaadventures.com. You could also subscribe to the YouTube channel, and that way you'll stay up to date with all the latest how-to videos. So, okay folks, that's it for now. I hope that was useful to you, and happy surfing.